People's awareness about the environment has been ever increasing. Especially noticeable now is the effort to reduce plastic waste. Recently, we hear numerous news reports about plastic waste hurting the ecosystem, especially in the ocean. One unforgettable picture was that of a tortoise bleeding due to a plastic straw stuck in its nose. There was also a report that more than 100 plastic cups were found inside the body of a dead whale. These are the examples that show how much of a threat the disposable products that humans choose for their convenience can be for the environment. In tandem with the people's awareness about the environment, one of the most popular coffee chains in Korea decided to completely get rid of plastic straws in their stores. Instead, they use straws made of paper. Also, college students are staging a campaign to use travel mugs on campus instead of single-use cups. People shopping at grocery stores are encouraged to use reusable bags rather than choosing disposable plastic bags. Considering the enormous amount of garbage thrown away every day by the world's population, my single effort to reduce garbage may look meaningless. But if the single effort is multiplied by millions, this will lead to positive effects for the environment. Plastic waste we throw away winds up in the oceans and endangers sea life. So I said plastic waste we throw away winds up in the ocean. To wind up means an ending place of somewhere. It actually has two meanings. So if you think of one of those older wind-up toys, you kind of twist a little lever around, and then it winds up the toy, and the toy will operate through machinery. But if I can wind up somewhere, that means where you've ended up. So, for example, you traveled to Paris. You walked around all day, and you wound up in a very bad neighborhood. That means you've ended up somewhere. Or, let's say you worked all your life in accounting, but eventually wound up in marketing. It's the end of a journey. So the plastic waste we throw away, it winds up in the ocean. That means it's its final destination. And I said it endangers sea life. So to endanger someone or something is to put in danger. So this plastic stuff we throw away, it endangers sea life because it gets caught in their throat or their stomach or around their mouth and they can't breathe. Aquatic sea life are victims of our culture of disposable waste. So I said aquatic sea life. So aquatic, comes from aqua, which is the Latin for water. So if we talk about something in the ocean or lakes, we call it aquatic. It kind of covers everything inside the ocean: whales, fish, shrimp, plankton, everything. So like I said, aquatic sea life. And they are victims of our culture of disposable waste. So, recently that we have these kind of cheap paper cups, styrofoam cups, plastic cups, we've kind of have our own culture of just buying something and then throwing away and not using it. So it's kind of this new thing of culture of disposable waste or disposable items. We use things for a very short amount of time and then throw it away. So it's developed its own culture. To be more environmentally conscious, we should limit the amount of plastic items we use on a daily basis, even though it would take a little more effort. So I said to be more environmentally conscious. So to be conscious is to kind of be very aware of something or pay attention to. So for example, if you are fashion conscious, you are keeping up with like the current trends or things that are going on right now and what people are wearing. But to be environmentally conscious means you think about the environment as you go out around your day. So you use the reusable bags. You turn off all the lights in the house when you don't need them. Or you might be even installing solar panels to your house or apartment. It's kind of trying to save energy and save the environment. That is being environmentally conscious. Although inconvenient, it is better for the environment if we stop using disposable waste and switch to reusable items like bags and cups. So the beginning of the sentence, I said, although inconvenient, grammatically it sounds kind of strange, but although it is inconvenient, or you can say, although inconvenient, it is better for the environment if we stop using disposable waste. So it's a way to kind of, you're going to say something that might be bad, but then you're going to give the reason why it's good at the end. Many companies have gone green and adopted policies to reduce excessive plastic waste. In like the English-speaking world, we say if a company is going green, that means they are trying to do things that are environmentally friendly. For example, stop using paper cups and start using mugs, or bring your own cup to work. They might also, force the employees to turn off their computers. Or some companies have gone paperless. So every presentation or everything must be on the computer to save trees and saving the environment. So if a company or a group of people is going green, they are doing things that are trying to help the environment. Or like, for example, if you say that company is a very green company, that means everything they do is to try to help the environment. And many companies have gone green and adopted policies to reduce excessive plastic waste. So to adopt, you might think of parents adopting a child without parents. That's one of the meanings. But to adopt a policy, it means to take on or to bring on a policy. So the new green policy has been adopted by many companies. So many companies will install this policy, but we say adopt it or implement it. Companies have jumped on the bandwagon and have become more environmentally friendly by encouraging their customers to use reusable and recyclable products. So companies have jumped on the bandwagon. To jump on the bandwagon means to join a new trend or a new craze that everybody's doing. So since everybody's going green, many companies also want to go green. So they've jumped on the bandwagon. Another example is last year, the long padded down jacket, that was kind of the trend. So if you look at, young people in high school and middle school, everybody jumped on the bandwagon and purchased one. So that's how we use to jump on the bandwagon, is to kind of do everything else, do something that everyone else is doing. An individual's action may seem insignificant, but if everyone participates in a movement, there will be a noticeable change. So I said everyone participates in a movement. So you might think of it as a physical movement, but a movement can be political, or it could be if everyone's doing something like, for example, the college kids in Korea, there's a movement to stop using disposable cups and start using travel mugs. So that's kind of a movement. Or for example, in Korea, there was a movement to remove or impeach the last president. So the candlelight movement in front of Gwahamun, that was definitely a political movement. One person cannot change the world, but if everyone joins in and helps the environment, it can make a positive impact. So one person cannot change the world. That's kind of just an expression we say. It means that, obviously one person doesn't have a lot of power to change the world. But then we compare it, if, a bunch of people get together, then it will have kind of effect to make change happen. Thanks for downloading, guys, and happy holidays. Bye-bye.